Welcome back once again to WhatGear Reviews for another camera comparison and contrast test, and today I'm comparing the Galaxy Note 7, which is now being completely discontinued due to explosion.
Oh my goodness.
But what's interesting is this has exactly the same cameras as the S7 Edge, which is the recommended replacement. But I'm going to recommend another replacement, and it is the Xperia XZ, which I'm going to be comparing to this today in this video. So we'll see how good the Xperia XZ is in comparison to Samsung's latest flagship that doesn't explode. So anyway, let's head out there and do some more film tests.
So here is two video shots on the rear facing cameras on both the phones, and I want to know, which one do you think captures the better colour, which one has the better stability, and generally, which one looks better? So here's a photo taken on the Xperia XZ from the top of the field that I was walking across, and I should mention that both the photos and all the videos that I've taken in this video are out of the box settings. I haven't adjusted them, and these are the settings that the manufacturers want you to use out of the box. But anyway, this photo looks fantastic to me. There's a lot of detail there. It looks very true to life because it was very grey that day. It wasn't sunny at all, and this is pretty much exactly how I remember it. Now onto the Note 7 picture, which is exactly the same camera that's in the Galaxy S7. It looks like a completely different scene. It's very orange. It looks quite bright, but you can still see the sky is grey, but it looks like a completely different picture altogether. But I have to say, the Xperia XZ version looks more true to life to me. But I'd love to know what you guys think about the two photos. And again, bear in mind that this is the out of the box settings and the ratio is different. But anyway, leave a comment.
One of the things I'm interested to know as well is when it comes to video, what's really important that people kind of neglect most of the time is audio. So let me know which camera, or which phone more like, has the better audio. So I'm going to do a little audio test now with the dog, and you guys let me know which one picks up better audio. Tell him, Kai. Unleash the anger. Why are you doing it? Tell him. Tell him. Tell him. Good dog. Good dog. So both the phones had a pretty even audio capture. But let's take a look at this photo shot on the Galaxy S7. The detail in the grass and the fibers on the grass leaves are really fantastic. There really isn't much you can complain about. The colors are very strong, it's picking up a lot of detail. And again, if you posted this on Instagram or Twitter, people would be pretty impressed with the quality of the photo. And that may be the reason why Samsung have chosen this ratio as their standard. Now here we have the Xperia XZ photo. The exact same place, the exact same time, maybe a minute later, but you can see the colors are completely different, the ratio is different. It is picking up the same detail, maybe more detail, and I have to say, in terms of color, it does look more true to life to me. It was pretty grey, the colors aren't oversaturated, there is more detail in the background. You can actually see more of the landscape than you could on the Note 7. I have to say, Sony have definitely taken the better picture in these circumstances. But let me know what you think. So it's got real cold, real windy, and real rainy, real quick. And I'm going to head into the thick of the forest now. And if I get stuck in there, I won't have any trouble starting a fire, thanks to my Galaxy Note 7. So anyway, let's move on. I'll take a few shots from here so you guys can see. It's a bit cloudy out here. You can normally see Canary Wharf over there somewhere. But I'll take a photo on both phones and you let me know which one took the better photo.
So here we have the photo taken on the Galaxy S7/Note 7. And as you can see, it's quite a bright photograph. There isn't much detail in the sky. You can't see much in the background. The grass is orange and green.
It does look nice. It's quite a boring photograph. You wouldn't get many likes on Instagram with this. But anyway, let's look at the Xperia XZ version of the same photo from the same place a minute later. So here we have a much wider photograph, and remember, these are the out of the box settings. It looks much more accurate in terms of how I remember it, because the colors aren't oversaturated. The grass wasn't that green, the orange wasn't that orange, and the sky was pretty grey, and there's a lot more detail in that grey sky. I have to admit, I think the Xperia XZ has captured a more true to life photo in this circumstance. And I was there, I saw it, and this is pretty much how I remember it. But I'd love to know what you think. Do you think you would get more likes on Instagram with a Galaxy S7 photo than you would with the XZ? I know it's a boring photograph, my fault, sorry. Alright, so I'm going to walk and talk about this Galaxy Note 7 and why I was actually drawn to it in the first place. At the same time, you guys are going to be able to see how well the Sony handles sort of stability and video on its rear facing camera in landscape. Last time I did one of these videos, a lot of people said, who the hell shoots in landscape? I mean in portrait, and I would argue that pretty much everyone that uses Snapchat uses video in portrait. But anyway, what drew me to this phone? Well, the main thing, the number one thing that I really liked about the Galaxy Note 7 and all of the Notes is the stylus. The stylus is a really big factor for me. I like to just sketch a lot, just random stuff, but I really like taking notes with it as well. It's just really handy. And now they introduced all that sort of GIF creating, being able to extract text from pretty much any sort of picture or website by sort of lassoing it. That's just awesome. Really, really handy. And you know, just generally explaining stuff to people, sometimes easier when you draw a little diagram for them. So that was something I really liked. The sort of edge display wasn't a big factor for me, to be honest with you. I used the Edge 7 for a little while, and what was really annoying for me was sometimes when you're holding it, your fingers kind of touch the edge of the screen and it registers as you having your fingers on the screen. So when you're trying to do something up here, it doesn't pick it up, which is really, really annoying at times. So the Edge display, although it aesthetically is beautiful, it can be a little annoying at times. And this sort of edge thing here is great, but I didn't use it that much. I've never really used it that much because all of my main apps are on the home screen most of the time. I haven't actually set this up properly, so that isn't my main app. It's just I quickly set it up so I could do this video. But that's what I really liked about this phone. Also, one of the probably the second biggest thing that I liked about this phone was the Retina scanner. I mean, that's sort of groundbreaking and it works so well. It's amazing, really. Security on phones is super important, and that Retina reading technology that Samsung have is fantastic, and the battery life was amazing before it started to explode. So that's what I really liked about this phone. I am going to miss it. So you guys in the same boat might be thinking, what are my options? And there are plenty of them, but I'm going to suggest to you this phone. So this is the Xperia XZ. It's Sony's latest flagship phone. It isn't the Z6 that everyone was expecting. It's the XZ, and there's various reasons why they might have chosen that name. But this is a great option if you're looking for a replacement. The price of this offline is around about 550 quid now, which is an amazing price for a flagship phone of this caliber. Now, one of the things I criticised the Xperia X on a little bit was the speed of the fingerprint sensor. And I have to say, this one is really, really fast and it works almost all the time. Also, the sort of differences between this and the Galaxy Edge range is, you know, you don't have the edges. Although it's very rounded at the edges, it's pretty flat screen, so you don't have that problem where you're touching the edge by accident. It's slightly smaller screen, but the panel itself seems to be a lot brighter, definitely a lot brighter and more colourful than Samsung's phones. Although with LED, apparently the energy isn't as efficient, so your battery life might not be as good. But I have to say, I haven't had a day with the Xperia XZ yet where it has run out of battery on me. So literally I get to the end of the day and I've got about 25%, at the very least 15%. I've never had to sort of stop halfway through the day to charge it up. It's a great phone. It feels really nice. It feels really solid. It's waterproof, and I actually dropped it in water by accident already, and it's fine. Color is nice. This is actually called Forest Blue, and I just happen to be in the forest, and it's alkalido metal on the back, so it's got a bit of rain on it now. It's raining right now. It's really, really nice. I'm not sure what that strip is for. It looks like, I don't know, I have no idea what that strip is for, but the cameras on this are fantastic. So you've got a 13 megapixel front facing camera there, and you've got a 23 megapixel camera on the back with triple sensing technology, and it really is supposed to be really good at focusing. So you know, when you're trying to take a photo, you know what you're expected to do.
What do you expect me to do? Focus.
Sony really pride themselves on their cameras and low light performance, and I'm actually going into the thick of the woods now. So we'll get some shots in low light, and we'll see how this compares to the S7 Edge and the Note 7 Edge cameras. So yeah, stay tuned and let me know what you think is better, and what do you think of the Xperia XZ. Specification wise, it's a beast, and from what I've seen so far, it's fantastic. And it's got the PlayStation Remote Play as well, so if you're a PlayStation fan, you can actually play your PS4 on this remotely. You can get a little cradle to put your pad on it and actually play your PS4 as long as you got Wi-Fi. Yeah, so anyway, let's take some photos and you guys let me know what you think of those photos.
So anyway, that's it for this WhatGear camera comparison, compare and contrast video on the Xperia XZ versus Samsung's flagship smartphone, and also my recommendation for a replacement phone for the Note 7. So let me know what you guys thought of this video. Leave a comment below, and if you just subscribed, that means you are now one of the finest subscribers known to man, and I'll see you guys in the next one, so don't be late.